Hey YouTube, we're finally back. It's been about a week since my last video. I've been trying new things. I've been thinking about new things rather for the channel, and I thought, you know what? I think it might just work out. So today, I want to talk about one important thing, and this is testimonials. A lot of people have products, they have services, they sell things, but they forget about testimonials. And I think testimonials are super powerful because it's a way to connect between your product and the audience, right? And it makes your product a little bit more alive. So if you go back and watch some of my videos that I've done in the past month or so, you'll see that a lot of times I pick on the landing pages of various products and I'm like, hey, you don't have any testimonials. What's going on? So today I'm going to just talk about testimonials, and I'll give you as many tips and insights as I can, and hopefully you'll find this video really inspiring. And I'm going to do so with examples. But first of all, let's talk about testimonials. So when you write a testimonial, obviously you're not going to ask your grandma or your uncle to write it for you, but you're gonna have to find people that actually use your product. And a lot of people would say, yeah, but I haven't launched my product yet. How can I have people use my product and, I haven't even launched? They can't write it, surely a testimonial. Well, you can talk to those people about your product and try and gather their reactions to your product. What would they think if they would be using your product? How would they feel if you had a solution to their problem? So try and grab all of that stuff and write it into a sentence, and then you can place it on your website. But more importantly, testimonials, it's a good way to highlight features. And the way you highlight features is, for example, here's this company called Intercom. You probably have heard of them. And if you scroll down their website, you'll find this testimonial right here, right? And what it says is, Intercom gives us a single tool that lets us sell to and support users through every step of the funnel. So basically, it's highlighting some really important things. First of all, it's saying it's a single tool. And then the second thing they say is it allows them to sell and support users through every step of the funnel. So it's really putting an emphasis on the features that Intercom does for them, right? So you should think in similar ways. How can I use testimonials to highlight features? One tool, support, upsell through the funnel. So these are like the features of Intercom. It's one tool that does it all. It works for both the selling and the support teams within your company, or if you're a small startup or if you're a one-man team, that would help you. And it's very versatile because it can help through every single step of the funnel. So that's a great testimonial that you can use on your homepage, and that's why Intercom is using it on their homepage, and that highlights features for Intercom. Other important things that you can do with a testimonial, well, you can answer what people usually ask when they talk to you. So a lot of times you can use a testimonial almost as an FAQ. So you can answer frequently requested questions, doubts, all these things inside a testimonial. So some people, for example, in Intercom, they might be thinking, so who's Intercom really for? Is it for support teams, for sales team, for marketing teams? And that's why in this specific testimonial, they highlight the fact that it's both for selling and to support. So that both marketing or sales team and support team can use this tool. So that basically answers some of the doubts that the audience has, right? Like, who is this for? There can be so many other doubts. There can be so many more things that you can come up with. And I'm trying to look if there's another testimonial on this page specifically, but there isn't really. So now you might think, okay, so I'm gonna highlight some features. I'm gonna try and delete the doubts of the mind of the audience. How do I actually put together the text? Well, that's the thing. A testimonial, a lot of the time, it's not really what a person says about your tool. A lot of the times, you kind of change the truth a little bit to make it sound better. So they might say something like, they might say something like, well, Intercom gives us a single tool, and it helps our marketing and support team do really well, right? And then you take that one statement and then you say, okay, let's change that a little bit and let's highlight a little bit more of the features, a little bit more of that, removing that doubt, and we try to resonate as much as possible with the audience. And by that, what I mean is you need to speak in the same way that they do. So yeah, just, try and focus on delivering the value that they're after. And for a lot of people, it's not very straightforward what the value is. For other people, it's much more straightforward. It depends on your tool. But the key word here is deleting doubts, highlighting features, deliver value, and speak in their language. So there's actually 4 things. Another good thing that you can do is when you write your testimonial on your landing page, you want to put like a picture of someone that most likely look as somebody that's in your office, in your team, in your industry. And, Jason Mills is probably one of them. So Jason Mills is, I didn't know this, but he's apparently the director of sales and success at Expensify, which is actually a really cool app. And I've used this in the past. That's random. So the way to make your testimonials pop out more, the way you do it is, well, not only you put a picture of the testimonial of someone that you might say, hey, that's exactly the director of sales at my company too. He looks like that, or she looks like that. And then you put the name of the person. In this case, it's here. So you put the name so people can actually Google this person or LinkedIn this person, and it'll see, yep, that's Jason Mills, director of sales and success at Expensify. So the next thing you do, you put their title. So the title kind of resonates with your audience. He's not just like a guy that works at Expensify. He's the director of sales. He's a position of power. And you want to put the company name so that people believe, it makes it more real, right? It's less likely that this is a fake testimonial. And the fact that there's so many people out there that don't know how to write testimonials, but more importantly, they know how to frame testimonials, it's one of the biggest problems in the world of, entrepreneurs, makers, indie hackers, etc., etc. If you have a lot of testimonials on a page, if you have too many testimonials, it doesn't work. You just need to delete the stuff that you don't need. That's why Intercom, which I believe is one of the greatest, companies out there to do SaaS, right? They've done SaaS really, really well, like software as a service. They only have one testimonial on their homepage. A lot of people have, 15 little squares. They have like 15 embedded tweets from like random user that say, oh, this is awesome, this is cool, this is kick-ass. I mean, these are cool testimonials, but they're not really effective because, again, you're not highlighting features, you're not removing doubts from the mind of your audience. The statements are very generic, they don't resonate with your audience, and they don't deliver anything valuable. It's just saying it's awesome. I mean, my mom thinks my company's awesome, but maybe you won't, right? Because, it's my mom. Obviously, she likes it. Anyways, moving on. Try not to have too many testimonials. That's what I was saying. If you can also do another thing with your testimonial, maybe you don't know Jason Mills specifically, but there are a lot of companies that have really, really, really powerful people giving them testimonial. So if I was in the space world, like if I was trying to build some kind of spaceship and I had a testimonial from Elon Musk, that would be a super powerful testimonial because everyone knows who Elon Musk is. He's definitely a big figure in the world of like space travel and space exploration, and that would help a lot as opposed to, having a person who's maybe not really related with space or that people don't know much about. So consider like, who are you putting on your homepage? Is it a person that everybody knows about? Is it someone that they can simply Google and find? Or is it like some, your old professor that nobody's heard of, or your aunt or your uncle or whatever, So think about it. If I were doing a company that deals with SEO, I probably want to have Rand Fisk, right? He's a veteran in the SEO industry, and he's been, used to work for Mods, and now he works for SparkToro. He's the whiteboard guy. If you ever seen one of his videos, he's super powerful. And by that, I mean, he knows a lot of stuff. He knows a lot of people. He does a lot of conferences. And when people think about SEO, they usually, they can recognize his face because they've seen his face surely around since he's been around for 15 years. So think about who could be the testimonial on your page. Who is the person? he or she or they. So what do you do when you don't have any testimonials? You know, well, I have a blog post that I've written. I'm gonna link it inside the description of this video that will teach you how to get testimonials even when you haven't launched your product. It will give you some insight into how you can kind of like elicit some testimonial from people that you've discussed your idea with. So check the description for that. Other things you can do is you can add company names, social proof, and that's one thing that Intercom does pretty well. As soon as you scroll down a little bit down the page of their homepage, you'll see that there's like really prominent company logos here. Microsoft, Shopify, Udemy, IBM, everybody knows these companies, right? So that adds to the social proof, makes the company more real and more trustworthy. Some other companies might be on Yelp, some other companies might be on Google ratings, and you can embed those things into your landing page in the places where it makes sense. And that's the important keyword. It needs to make sense, right? If you have any awards of excellence, like you're awarded like the best startup of the year by Product Hunt, or the best company to work for in whatever magazine, then you can put those things on somewhere on your homepage. Sometimes maybe not the homepage, it might be your careers page, could be your about you page, but you should be proud of those things and you should definitely use them to your advantage. Try and think of how your company, if your company has it, depending on the size of your company, what have you earned? Is it really cool customers? Is it really good feedback from users? Is it ratings that might help you? Famous clients, like I said. And maybe it's also press releases. So maybe you were featured on the Forbes, on TechCrunch, maybe you were on New York Times, and then maybe you want to say that, as seen on, and that's a lot of companies do that, right? They have the as seen on TV or as seen on TechCrunch, etc., and they link those articles. It reinforces the social proof, right? The proof that your company's actually real and the service that you deliver has been noticed by people, right? So at this point, you're probably asking, dude, that's too much. I don't have space on my landing page to add all this social proof, logos of my company, one, two, three, like testimonials. Like, how do I do it? Well, guess what? You have more than one landing page, right? So as you can see here, you have like this as your landing page, but you have like sub landing pages. So for example, here Intercom has this thing called the customers page, and guess what? 1, 2, 3 testimonials, more stories, data points, right? More faces, more people, and more quotes. For example, this one, right? Keen cut customer support time by 30%, increasing customer satisfaction and engagement. That's a great testimonial to have. And there's a represent face. I would have added maybe the name of the person on this image, but that gives you an idea of how you can have different pages do different things. Let me show you another one. So this one is Shopify Plus. It's an enterprise commerce tool, and guess what? Here's some social proof. Staples, Heinz, Magnolia, Allbirds, Rebecca, Lindt, all these companies use Shopify Plus, and they feature that really high up on their Plus landing page. Again, they have these data points, and then if you see here, there's a really big testimonial, right? There's an actual video of one of their implementations for Magnolia literally playing on the page. So you actually know, yeah, well, this is cool. This looks like a business that you would buy something from, right? Because it's real. And if you go on Magnolia, this is exactly what you'll see. So when you look at the product and you see how other people implement it, then you think how you would implement it, and you kind of put yourself in the shoes of the customer, right? In this scenario, it's Magnolia, but it could be another company, and you'd be like, hey, this is cool. They've done it for them. Maybe they can do it for me, right? And that's why they put those things. Let's look at another one, Wistia. So what does Wistia have? Where are their testimonials? Well, you scroll a little bit and guess what? Here's a massive testimonial. Wistia customizability is a big win for us. So again, you know how they're talking about the value proposition, how they're talking about removing doubt, and how they're talking about, speaking the same language as your audience and having the name of a face and an actual job title, right? of a company called Keep. I mean, that makes for social proof right there. Here's another one. Wistia and Intercom. Like, what a coincidence, right? Like, Phil Byrne, Senior Product Education Manager at Intercom. And here's a massive quote. Video is mission critical at Intercom. We use it to communicate with customers at every stage of their life cycle. So, this kind of testimonials are great for your company's landing page, for your company's product page. And here's another testimonial. I'm just showing you, like, I'm scrolling down, right? That just goes to show that it doesn't just have to be your landing page. It could be your sub pages. So the product page, it could also be your contact us page. It could be your careers page. So let's take a look at this company called TransferWise, which is in the fintech world, right? So again, they have some social proof that their company is great to work for. They have some quotes here with like some ratings. They have these stars, right? From Glassdoor. There's no avatars because that's, careers page, etc., etc. You have it from like real people here, vloggers. It's incredible how much attention to detail they've put into this careers page to make it look like it's real, it's approachable. They're a great company. There's people that are actually happy to work there, and there's videos where you can literally click and see a testimonial in real life. Now you could say, well, guess what? They must have fabricated those videos just to make it look like it's cool to work there. Well, maybe that's true, but you still watch them, right? Because you're interested in knowing, especially if you work or you're looking for work and you end up on this careers page. There you go. And even more, they have a whole Instagram dedicated to social proof, to careers, to working, etc., etc. So all of this is basically like a huge testimonial. You can also have testimonials in your pricing page. You could have testimonial under your call to action, like here, this company here, CleanShot, they have a testimonial right under the call to action. You can also have testimonials in your emails. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to use your most powerful testimonials at the top of the page, just like CleanShot does. And then as you scroll through the page, you might have like logos or things that are still supporting evidence, but not as powerful as, a testimonial from a real person, from resonating, removing doubt, providing value, and speaking in the same language as your audience. So if we want to look at one more, but I don't really have an example for this, but a lot of people have it under the pricing page. So a lot of people that do pricing page that are pretty enterprisey or SaaS, they will have testimonials next to their pricing. So they'll have a call to action with the plan for the service that they're going to sell, and then they'll have a testimonial that says, buying this product was a no-brainer. It reduced our whatever time or money or something by X%. We've never been so happy. And then there's like name of the person, face of the person, company name, job title, right? So anyway, this is a kind of a long video, but I hope I gave you enough information about how and where to put testimonials, but most specifically, or rather, most importantly, why it's important to have testimonials on your landing page. And if you don't know, how to get testimonials, if you're too early and you don't have anybody to try your product, well, guess what? You can always reach out to me and say, hey, do you want to try our product and give a testimonial? 90% chance I'll say yes, unless I'm sleeping or something. So please go ahead and just leave a comment with your product, and I'll be happy to leave you a testimonial. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's longer than usual, but yeah, you know what? If you wouldn't mind dropping a subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed this kind of video, and I'll see you into the next one. Have a good rest of your day.